I'm sorry, are you the inventor of the potato sandwich? Where you cook a potato at night and it's left over and then you slice it and put it on bread with mayonnaise? Of course not, I did that. I'm the health guru, not you. You don't know what you're doing. That's why you come to me for advice. I'm gonna help 5 people right now.
Let me fly towards my hands, towards my hands.
So if you ever have a question or something interesting to say, post it on down below. I'm always looking, and I'll save 5 of them for a show, and then we do that here. First guy, have you ever felt nauseous while eating high-fat vegan? You know, I'm thinking back, because I've done that a couple times, the high-fat vegan diet, and the longest I lasted was like 6 months, and that was like life transforming. That's when I started working out. I was doing 1 meal a day. I just learned about that, intermittent fasting. I was like, oh my God, and I invented that diet. No one was doing that. 1 meal a day, high-fat, big salad. That was it. And a green juice. A lot of oxalates on that one. It was good. It was working for a long time, except digestion, of course. That was terrible. But I was never getting nauseous. Ever. Like, the nausea only came when I started eating carnivore. And then I was so queasy so often. Like, most nights, no matter what I did, it's like, lower the fat. Oh no, still nauseous. Okay, up the fat, lower the protein. Oh, that's better. No, it's not. It's just, I couldn't handle it. I was getting lipase enzymes, and it was okay at times, but like for the most part, I was queasy at some point, and I never am now on high carb vegan, and I don't remember being nauseous on high fat. It was just the bloating and the gas, and I just find high fat foods move way slower through your body, and it's just, I always want to speed things up, because if there's stuff in there for too long, it hurts and it dries out and it starts stabbing you. So it's like, being regular, that's a good thing. Try to be it sometime. So it's like high-fat vegan probably would never work. It doesn't make a lot of sense in nature. I think nuts grow for like 2 months of the year or something, and just cracking them makes no sense. Like, if you were to actually do that and get a bunch of walnuts and crack each one, that would be the hardest diet mankind has ever known. Easier than chasing down an antelope with your spoons, spoon attacking an antelope and scooping out his brain while he's still alive. That's what carnivores do. You need tools for that. So, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense on paper, but I can't lie. My skin was clearest on that diet. Go look back at those videos. It was beautiful. I was like, hot damn. That's why I'm lured back to it often, but we'll get that. Yo, VP, what is your opinion on kombucha? If you want to melt your mouth and destroy your teeth, have it every night. Love it and live it. I don't like it for that reason, and also it has caffeine. No matter what kombucha freaks will tell you, saying, oh, the bacteria eat the caffeine. It's like, yeah, and they turn it into super boosted adrenaline caffeine. They do something to it and make it even stronger, because whenever I drink it, I used to eat these meals, and you want it after a meal. It feels right. That cold, bubbly, super digestive aid liquid, and you drink it and then you're like, I'm wired till midnight now. What happened? It's caffeine, so like you can't have it too late in the day. It's one of those like coffee type things where it's like, okay, if you want some, have it earlier in the day. The health benefits I think are largely overstated, but you do you if you want. But be careful, drink it through a straw. People always suggest that, but it still hits your teeth unless you like, how do you even do it? Like slurping and then just like, let it fall back into your throat. Like, as you do these, and taste it, it touches your teeth anyway. The straw does nothing. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's very acidic and it's weird. It's a mushroom alien trying to kill you probably. It has technology within its mind to control your thoughts. I don't know, man. It's like vinegar. Who are these people? Like, fermented foods, I don't see the benefits. I've done it, and maybe digestion was a little better when I started overloading the ferments, but my teeth almost fell out. It's like, what's the trade-off? Digestion's so good that you have no teeth and you don't even have to chew because it's so good. Okay, that's a path. That's a path. You could follow it, but I'm not a fan of caffeine anything, and it's too acidic, and I don't see the benefits, and it keeps you wired at night. VP, glad to hear you're happy. If you have a lot of money, I did say that in a video, I have a lot of money. Like, I've saved quite a bit and I don't spend it recklessly. I have some money, thanks to your Bitcoin donations. Those will grow. I love that so much. Like, if you ever donate to YouTube, they'll take half. If you do a Patreon thing, it's like boom, cuts. If you buy a t-shirt, like, thank you, music t-shirts are available, but then I get half or something. Whereas Bitcoin just goes right to me and it grows over time. So like, if you donated $20, that might be 3,000 one day. Thank you for the $3,000. I don't see why you would not focus your goal and at least upgrade your junior one bedroom to a bigger space in a better location. Are you willing to spend $2,600 to $3,200 a month on a larger two bedroom for more space to do the things you enjoy most? 22221 Queen Street East, 2,600. Wow, 1,000 square feet. I'm willing to bet you can afford even more than that. I'm cheap. I've always had this mindset where I save money because I don't spend much. I'm always looking for deals. No matter how much I make, I'm always going to be looking for deals everywhere. Like, for example, I just wanted to replace my fruit desk with a fruit rack. Fiance wanted a wooden one, so I was like, those are pricey. So I was looking on Amazon and they have one, but they're small and they're like $100 and I would need 3 of them. That's $300. And I was like, wow, is there any use? So I'm looking on Kijiji and Facebook Marketplace, found one, and then boom, I went with a cart. I walked with a cart like 2 kilometers, picked it up. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I'm loving this. I need it. So now I have a rack that is basically the size of 3 of those things, and instead of paying $300, I paid $50, even though I had to walk it across my entire city. It was fun, and now I'm so happy to have it, and it's so much better, and it's light energy instead of the dark black desk I had, and there's so much more space vertically. That's what you have to do in an apartment. You store things vertically, and that's what I'm focused on, getting all this storage. So like, when you come with a suggestion of, do you want to pay twice the amount per month for rent? It's like, no, I don't. Whereas if I look at other cities, I could get a 2-bedroom for what I'm paying now. That would be interesting. But like, moving in this city right now, like, things are insane. There was a 2-bedroom we were looking at and there was none available. It was like $17.99 a month or something. Now those are like $2,400 a month. It's like, what the hell happened to our world? Who could even afford to live? So like, these junior 1-bedrooms, everyone I see in my building has like 2 or more people in it chipping in for rent. Like, our world's insane. And Toronto is like $2,600 minimum for that. I love this area and we live with this space. It's not huge, but we're both content until we can find something better. Fancy Zoom rocker now, so I can't justify that cost every month. It's like, holy cow, you're just wasting so much money. I could be buying so much camera gear for that. Ridiculous. How do you get a spouse to give a shit about what they eat? I've been down this road so many times, just with family members. Is there really an answer? Because you can't control anyone else, and you should stop judging them. That's actually the real issue, is your judgment of them. Let them do what they want. I know you care about them and you want the best for them, but I dealt with that with my mom. When I first found the fruit-based diet, I got off all medication, like my stomach was healing, and she saw that. It was very obvious, like, look, this is working. This is our diet. We're frugivores. We're meant to eat just fruit mostly. And she's like, okay, and she tried it. She lost like 40 pounds. I've never seen her more fit and happy and energized. She was just making her smoothies, going to work, coming back, and she would eat some things at night, some questionable things, and she was doing so well until I flip-flopped and discovered the paleo diet, and I was like, oh, we're actually like meat eaters. That's what we're meant to. And she was like, meat? And she loves meat, and so she just did that and gained all the weight back and then some, and then ate whatever the hell she wanted, and she would never listen to me again because of my flip-flops, and nobody trusts me anymore. I get it. But fruit is good. The best thing you can do is just be the example and shine bright. If you come home, you got herpes and you got your back pain and you're just like, it's a good diet. Come on, hon, what are you doing with that? It's like I see people with clearer skin than mine coming out of McDonald's every day. And it's like, I don't really feel like the authority. It's tough. It's tough. Like, you know what is healthy, but some of us have been through some, like, we got a lot of jabs when we were younger, a lot of fast food, sedentary lifestyle. So it's like we have some work to do. I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to motivate someone unless you're the picture of health and your glowing eyes and people are just like, wow. Like, I've seen people in person where I'm just like, wow, what do you eat? It's like, more like, what do you think? I think that has more to do with how you look than what you eat. You have these thoughts, and if you're like you're having evil thoughts, you're going to have these like frown lines and like, he thinks evil thoughts. Like, brighten your thoughts and maybe she'll follow you. But it's hard. You can't control anyone. So it's like you can hint, throw little hints, but not judgment. And just like, oh yeah, this is what I do. Be the light in here and shine it out so bright that the darkness falls away. Would you do a video on your views from any experience you have gained from the starch solution? I'm not so sure about that whole deal, and you seem to have tried every angle metabolically. How can one trust a monolithic diet of potatoes only and get such low protein? Well, I think it's a fun diet to eat. It's very starchy and comforting, and you look forward to these meals, but it's not energizing at all. I don't understand how people eat like that. It's like a night and day difference eating half a watermelon and then go somewhere and do something versus like all these potatoes. And it takes so much longer to digest and you're not getting this instant energy, and maybe it's prolonged and it will sprinkle out through your day longer. But like, who cares? Just eat the half a melon, go for a bit, eat more fruit, boom, then a bigger fruit meal, all these mangoes, like, okay, now I'm supercharged, boom. Starch is just slow in the digestion as well. It's just, there's nothing beneficial about it. I don't know. I could see myself eating a starchy dinner maybe sometimes at night instead of the meat. But like, I don't know. It's not really the right balance. You eat fruit all day and then starch basically has the same nutrient and macro breakdown as the fruit did. You're not complementing your fruit. Whereas meat is like completely different. It's adding all the things you were low in on your fruit diet and the protein, and it's much better. But starch solution, the only thing I remember is having nothing but grains and vegetables for 7 days with no salt to see if that would clear my skin, and it did. But I was so tired and fatigued and bloated that it wasn't worth it. So it's like, maybe I would have adapted if I stayed longer, and then I'd be singing the grain diet. But it's starch. It should be what we eat because it's the easiest to store and it's cheap and we can grow it and it's like the safest. You don't have to worry about ripe fruit and all this stuff. You don't have to kill animals. It's just like starch. It makes sense on paper, but do you feel good eating it? Maybe you feel better than I ever did. But starch, man, it's not fruit. That's the problem. It's not fruit. It wishes it was, but it could never be. But like, civilization was literally built on starch. So like, most people are getting by on it. I think we could do better. I could be wrong though. And maybe that is the ideal solution for humanity. Most people would get on board. Like, I can eat all the pasta and potatoes I want and rice and beans. Holy cow, really? Okay, I'm on board. So it's a fun diet. I haven't ever been able to make it work. It's too heavy. It's not fruit. So I have helped some or killed a couple. I like those odds. It's worth a thumb up. The only reason you would thumb this video down is because you once noticed that grasshoppers build nests, and you noticed that they laid tiny little eggs. And so you made a grasshopper egg omelet, You frickin' added soy sauce to it. That's a guarantee. All the people who thumbed it down, they did that under your protection. That wasn't the word. They hid it from you. You know what I meant. I'll leave after you donate Bitcoin. How you doing? You subscribing for more videos? And I'll see you next one.